Hello and welcome to Study Coaching with HRC Online. In this particular session, we're working with a learner who has ADHD and is struggling to make progress through the qualification because they get sent down rabbit holes of information where they study and study and study. They go to different textbooks, different reading, different things because of the hyperfocus within their ADHD. So in this particular study session, we've focused on a few different elements, being study alarms to pull you in and out of study focus. We talk about answer planning, so how you can sort of progress your study through different stages, and we talk about the command verbs, which is a really critical importance to CIPD. Now, the other part of the conversation that we have is, why are they studying at this moment in time? Are they studying to pass or are they studying to learn? And this is sometimes a question that every learner needs to ask themselves, because you're not interested in everything. Sometimes studying is a chore to get through and you're trying to learn as much as you can to just pass that particular unit. And this is a particular conversation we have. We spent over an hour together, but we've condensed it down to around about 7 to 8 minutes so that you can get some of the key points from the session that we've got. Hope you enjoy it. Hope it helps you with your study. And any questions, please put them in the comments or approach us directly.
So I'm a hyper focus kind of person. So I end up getting lost in it because I start reading something and something that I do find is an issue. For example, if I was answering 1.1, I would be reading the content on the provider's website or platform, and then I'll end up going and reading a textbook, and then I read another textbook, and then I look it up on journal articles, and then I read something else, and I read something else, and I read something else. So I end up getting like really drawn into it, and I end up like I try to do the 45-minute cycle. I'm quite good at doing that with like my uni work. But when it comes to this, because I've got so many different textbooks and so many different things to pull it from, I end up reading too much, going into too much, and it's almost like I get myself confused.
What are you hoping to gain from your study? Do you ever ask yourself that question? Am I looking to pass this unit or am I looking to learn? Which sounds really bad, but
No, I
it's
know
a
what you
really
mean.
important question.
At this moment, it is just to pass them because I've done the ones that I have the interest in. So it is just to pass the ones that are remaining.
Right. So you need to make sure that you've got that conscious decision. I'm studying this to pass. Therefore, if I'm going to talk about the principles of reward and its importance to organisational culture and performance, I'm going to think about what I know in my head already, and then I'm going to find the answer, and then I'm going to answer, because I'm just looking to study to pass, not to study to learn. And for example, you go, right, I'm going to study for 45 minutes, you set your phone alarm off, and when it goes off, almost pulls you out of the hyper focus thing, and you can start to go, actually, I need to stop, do this, do that. And if you've got on a post-it note written in front of you, big capital letters, study to pass.
Yeah. That's a plan.
So these are a collection of command verbs that CIPD use. Now, command verbs within CIPD study are really important because they set the tone for how they want you to answer the question. And if you don't answer the question in that tone, you will automatically fail.
Yeah.
And now the reason it's become so important for CIPD is because changing the verb when the core content doesn't change, changes the tone of the question. And if they can change the tone of the question, they can catch people that are doing copying each other, buying scripts, changing or anything like that. That's why this is so important. So and I don't know if anyone's gone through, have they ever gone through answer planning with you? Or has anyone gone through answer planning? No. Right. So if, for example, let's take, first and foremost, let's imagine this was your assessment. So we're going to take all these. We're going to go into a new assessment. Obviously, use the right front sheet and everything like that. But we just paste these in. And then straight away we've got our assessment written in terms of the headings. And then what an answer plan is so straight away we know the verb is evaluate. So this is my plan, and I do this in things. If I write stuff down, I just can never read it again. So we know it's evaluate. So evaluate is similarities, differences, etc., etc. So my verb is this. So similarities and differences, strengths and weaknesses. So the principles of reward. So principles is a plural. So I know that is principle 1, and then I will need to do principle 2 on a minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will need to give a pro, a con, pro, a con. Now for each pro and con, I know I'm going to need a reference or a citation because they want me to evidence external writing. That's one of the big rules of CIPD, because if people are using AI and cheating and stuff like that, then there's normally no references or citations. So I know I'm going to need a reference for each of those. So once I have a reference, I know that I've achieved that little objective. The principles of reward and its importance to organizational culture. So then we've got importance. So I know that I am going to be looking at the strengths and weaknesses of the principles of reward and the importance to organizational culture and performance. And my structured answer will be principle 1. These will be the pros with a reference. These will be the cons with a reference. And then I will talk about its importance to organizational culture and performance management as almost like a summary. Now, by doing that, I have ticked every element of that question that they've asked for. I have included potentially 4 references and citations, so there is easily sufficient depth. And I know that I have 325 words.
Yeah.
So before I start studying, I've broken down my study into this plan.
Yeah.
And that plan is pro, con, importance, pro, con, importance. And I will write that out, and that will be, if I achieve that today, I've done great. Because you're ticking everything that they possibly want. The big thing for CIPD at the moment is the verbs, the references, the citations.